Bluff City Board of Mayor meeting for regular meeting on Tuesday, July 5th. Let's have a roll call, Sharon.
Alderwoman Key.
Here.
Alderwoman Madison. Vice Mayor Bull.
Here.
Alderman Ward. Alderman Adams.
Here.
If you stand with me, we'll have prayer and presentation of the flag. Our most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you so much for the day that you've given to us to enjoy. And Lord, we thank you for everything we do here tonight is to your liking.
Yes.
We ask you to bless the citizens that's here and bless this board, Lord. Thank you so much for everybody and the work that they do. These things we ask in Christ's name. Amen.
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 Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, the next item on the agenda is, I can get all three of these at one time. Discussion action on the special call meeting on May 31st, and a regular meeting on June the 7th, and the special call on June the 21st. Have you all looked over these? If there's any changes or questions about them?
Mayor, I have reviewed the minutes, and I recommend that they be approved as recorded, and I make that motion.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. The third thing on here is citizens' comments.
I need a vote, ma'am.
Oh, I need a vote. Sharon, sorry.
Alderwoman Key.
Yes.
Alderwoman Madison.
I wasn't in here, so I guess I'll abstain. Oh, the minutes, okay. Somebody's last.
Vice Mayor Bull.
Yes.
Alderman Adams.
Yes.
Okay, next thing is citizens' comments. You got 5 minutes. Come give your name and address and phone number and the subject you want to talk about. What's your phone number?
Jerry Malone, Smith Street, Bluff City. Just wanted to update on the museum. It's going fantastic. We're pretty close, I think, on our 501c. Hopefully in the next 3 to 4 weeks we should have that on the thing. And our displays are slow but coming along with getting people to take different projects. And like our Indian display is Bobby Estep is getting that up, and it's going to make a contribute to Clark Sam's, one of our local, which has also got stuff from Lariat and some other people to put in it. Doing a blacksmith shop, and Tommy Gerald, one of the former aldermen here, is taking that project on. They started today framing it up. And over mountain is Amber Tor, Battle of Lumbo, Matthew Johnson, and Rocky Mount is done the early stuff. And then our Civil War is Bill Hicks, Carl Jenkins, he's a former alderman and school teacher, and Jackie Dennis and Brian Bishop's heading up the thing, and then Dorothy Sproles and Heather Carter, myself, and a couple more have done the World War II. Trains, we've got Cody Cagle and Rustin Frannon, which he inherited a museum in Virginia. And Bluff City Fire Hall is working on their display. And we're going to have a thing set up for local artists. So if it's a painter or craftsman, knife maker or something, they can display whatever they make so people can actually see how much talent there is. We've done a co-op with a business in Johnson City. It's helping with our train displays and a couple of other ones. Was a big boost. We're working with a major national and a state sponsor to do a diorama of our area and stuff. So it's going to take a little while on that, but we are proceeding with that. And also the Appalachian small scale modelers. We've joined with them to do some stuff, and we were able to get a nice donation from a donor. We had few, but one bigger one. So was able to get a couple of our computers for for office, also 2 printers, and also the software for our museum software. So we have the same software as every museum in the state of Tennessee uses. So carry on that page. But just want to update you and thank y'all for what y'all do.
Thank you, Mr. Malone.
Thank you for the wonderful job you're doing.
The next thing on the agenda is action and discussion action on selected matter and credit for engineers for our TDEC projects. Randy, you ready? Randy's going to tell us all about it.
Yeah. Thank you for having me. My name is Randy Backner. I'm a principal with Mattern and Craig. And I don't know if everyone is aware or not, but Dave Wilson is no longer with our firm. He took, we'll call it retirement due to some health issues. I think I may have been stressing him out too much over the years. Caused some heart issues. But I'm here basically to represent Mattern and Craig for the next while until we can get another project manager. You probably don't want to see me every month. But before we get into the ARPA stuff, I'll just give you a little update. One of the last things Dave did before he went out the door was address RD's comments on the final, the change order for Thomas's work to do the Railroad Street sewer, the garage pump station, and some water line work that was still remaining. There is a chance that they will approve some of that under Thomas. There's a very good likely chance that they will come back and say you need to bid. I don't know if he had told you all this or not, but I feel like they're probably going to come back and say that we need to bid at least the garage pump station because the character of that work is just different from what Thomas's current contract is. So just fair warning, didn't want you to get surprised when that happens. They may come back and say do it all, but I just don't think they will. On the ARPA, I don't think this was, you can probably help me here, but I don't think this was to select us. I think for the ARPA money, you have to go through a new formal procurement. So I think that's what should be on the agenda is for you all to elect to put out a RFQ for engineering for that work. So that's correct. So any questions?
Did Thomas bid on the pump station out there?
The approach has been they bid on your water and sewer replacement work back in 18 or 19, I guess. Yeah. And this additional work came about, and the plan was to change order it into Thomas's contract. Well, now RD is kind of hedging on the pump station work, the garage pump station, because the character of that work is different than sewer replacement and water replacement. They've not said no, but I'm leaning towards thinking they probably will say you've got to bid that piece out. So if that happens, we'll put out some bid documents and bid it out.
As soon as you find out, let us know.
We will.
What they're going to do.
Any questions?
No, just a statement. Thank you, Randy. Always good to see you. I tell you, man, these delays, our citizens are impatient. And we have not been treated fairly here.
I understand that.
We have not. We need your help. Your expert help as the principal of this firm to cut through the red tape and get us to the finish line. And I'm asking you that as a town, as a personal favor.
Absolutely.
We need help.
I'll do my very best.
Okay.
I totally agree with you, and I ask you that, too, as the Alderwoman of Bluff City for the people.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Randy.
I hear a motion to select Matter and Craig for this project.
We're not doing that.
We're not voting on it right now? Okay, good deal. Discussion action on Bluff City American Rescue Plan Administration Agreement. Ken Ray? You're up, bud.
Ken is
He's
on vacation.
Yeah, that is not
I'm
Ken.
representing Ken.
Well, I had picked up Ken but one time, so.
Yeah, Christina Wickland, and we may have been in the same place at the same time. He is also with First Tennessee Development District, and she's really, to be honest, our expert on the ARP of stuff. I've got a page of things here to go over. I'm not sure that you all may have this or not, but if it's okay with you, I'm just going to go over this and hit the high points on it, and we'll see if you have any questions and talk about what needs to happen next. Bluff City is receiving $495,511 of American Rescue Plan ARP funds that can be used in a variety of local government needs. Half of these funds have already been received to date, and the remaining funds will be available later this year. These are funds that came, directly to the town to be used in a variety of ways. Okay, Bluff City has an opportunity to access ARP funds in the amount of $747,874.85 through TDEC. Okay. This is for water and sewer infrastructure only. These funds have been allocated to the town, but an application will have to be submitted to TDEC in order for the town to receive these funds. Bluff City has another opportunity to apply for TDEC funds through Sullivan County. Sullivan County also has ARP funds coming to them for projects that provide benefits to customers outside the city limits, which you all have some customers outside the city limits. Note that the Sullivan County Commission has to select the project. That is, it has to go to them and they have to approve it. The funding sources for we're going to call them items 2 and 3, that is the TDEC funds directly to Bluff City and to Sullivan County, require matching funds in the amount of 10%. What is it TDEC calls it? A co-fund or something? Co-funding, but we're going to call it match because that makes sense to everybody. The ARP funds that we talked about that you are receiving directly, that $495,511, can be used as the 10% match. Okay. On June the 28th, Mayor Bowling, Sharon Green, Alan Moultrie met with Matter and Craig, 1st Tennessee Development District, to consider projects that would be eligible to benefit from these funding sources that we've talked about. Regarding the funding of $747,874, improvements at the water treatment plant seem to make the most sense. That is, that they would fit in best with what TDEC is looking for and would be a need that they would consider. Matching funds in the amount of $83,097.21 would be required for a project total of $837,972.06. Note that part of these funds would have to be used for something called an asset management plan and also for administration of the project. Okay, every project, everybody's having to do this asset management plan in which you basically have a study done in which you look at the assets that have to do with water and sewer, talk about what those needs are and so forth. I can't be specific on it because they have not yet been specific with us. They've told us generally what an asset management plan has to be, but they've not set the rules for how it has to be done. Regarding the funding from the Sullivan County, a new water tank would benefit the whole system, and that would seem to make the sense. That is, it's going to benefit those that are outside of the community. Estimated cost on that, $750,000. Bluff City would apply to Sullivan County for $675,000 and then provide the match of $75,000 for a total of $750,000. Matching funds for the two projects would come to $158,097.21. That is adding the match from the two projects. And as I said, these could come from the ARP funds that the town is receiving directly. Bluff City has expressed an interest in 1st Tennessee Development District completing the application for the TDEC funds that are listed in item 5, that is for the $747,874. FTD would complete the application and would assist in administering these funds to make sure that all the rules are followed. FTD would, the fees for us would be 3% of the $837,972 listed in item 5 for a total of $24,929. Now, as was mentioned before, in order for First Tennessee Development District to take on administration and for the engineer to take on engineering, they have to be selected. That means that requests for qualifications have to be sent out and have to be responded to, and then there would be, based on the qualifications that are received, would be a selection of who would be best to do that. Now, it's my understanding that Bluff City has received the qualifications, the request for qualifications that would need to be sent out. They just simply need to be put onto town letterhead, sent out to engineers, or the engineering sent out to the to those that would, including First Tennessee Development District, but entities that would be capable of doing the administration of the project. And then at that point, you can, after they've been sent out, after the qualifications have been sent in, make the selection based on that. Did I say all that correct? Okay, I've got to go back to the expert here. She's the one that is. She's already put together what? 2 applications? 3 submitted applications. So she's got the experience in submitting those applications. Okay, so that's the next step. Then is to send out the request for qualifications. Does anybody have any questions?
No, Gray, that was very thorough.
Yeah.
And I'm very familiar with your organizations.
Okay. And there is a administration contract that you all would need to sign in order for us to be able to move forward with this. The deadline for submitting the applications is the end of November? Okay. And that's, I said the end, the beginning of November. Okay, the end of October, the beginning of November. And that sounds like a long way away, but it's really best if you start to move forward on this. As I say, we are receiving information as we go. And, I was concerned that somebody would say, well, what exactly are the federal rules that you're going to have to follow in all of this? I can't tell you because they haven't told us exactly what they are, but I can tell you that we're very good at doing that. On all types of other projects, we have administered, I think in the distant past, we administered a community development block grant for Bluff City to make sure that all those rules are followed, all the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and that everybody is happy and satisfied. This would be, as I said, from the application to the very beginning when they submit a grant agreement to the point of actually procuring the services of contractors and so forth. Make sure that all of that is done in accordance with how it needs to be done.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm sure I'll have a ton of questions. Do you have a card or something where
I've got. I brought my card. Now, I find it within my wallet. I've got one here. You don't have a card.
Oh,
okay.
Thank
You
you.
can share this with everybody.
Okay, sure. Okay, thank you.
I apologize for not having more cards, but we're First Tennessee Development District. And Ken Ray is my boss, and normally he would be the one that would be here. He also is extremely knowledgeable about the program and what needs to be done. So, feel free to call, ask for Christina, ask for Ken, starting next week when he's going to be back, and we'll be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you.
Are you familiar with the request for qualifications that we're talking about?
No.
Okay.
At the meeting before, you all were going to send me some information on that.
Okay.
I don't think I've... You what?
I sent the engineering one to you this morning.
Oh, okay.
And then the other one I think I sent Friday.
Okay.
If you can't find them, let us know.
Okay.
We'll get another copy to you, because that needs to get on.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And we're going to try to make it out through the...
Yeah, okay.
Be safe.
All right, thank you.
Hope I'll get you wet your feet. Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is action and action for the garbage disposal contract. And tonight I put a copy of the contract and with the Cox and a quote from the other one. It's not a contract. It's not it's just a quote. It's not a contract. If you read those, you can look at them And just like I say, Cox is going to raise theirs a little bit. You got a letter on the back of your packet there, and we have to get this approved tonight, because if we don't, tomorrow we won't have any garbage pickup. And I asked them for a 30-day extension, and I didn't get it, so we have to do this tonight. And you can look over it there and see what you're going to have to pay. As far as this year, with cost, you're going to have to pay $13 of the $14.50. It's going to go up $13 from $11.50 to $13 for the customer. And next year it'll be $15 for. And we haven't made up mind what we're going to have to charge the customers for it. But it'll be $15 next year. But right now they got a $14.50, and the customer will be paying $13 of it. City will be paying the other $1.50. And I've already talked to Cox 2 or 3 times about it. And the other one is a quote. It's not a bid. It's a quote. But and it is with the New Life Garbage. And they was going to furnish cans with $17.50 per customer a month. And they're without trash cans, it's $14.50. And so you can make up your mind tonight whether you want to bid on this one, or call them a bid on it, or
let me interrupt here.
All right.
I think the only action for the board tonight is to renew with Cox, because it'll take a couple months to rebid this, and you simply don't have the time.
We'll be out of garbage service. Today was the last day they're going to pick up.
Mayor requests to be recognized.
Go ahead.
I regret we're in this situation, first of all. It's not proactive business, and I apologize for it to everybody concerned. But we do know, however, the level of service that we've received from Cox, and we do know that this particular utility is mandatory to offer to our citizens. We have not yet approved a budget for 2023. We haven't even finished working on it yet. So we're pillar to post. That being said, and knowing the past history we have, and that we have not received an agreement for extension, I see no other action but to approve this request tonight so that we can continue service. Also, I might add that the mayor did reach out to another contractor for, and you correct me if I'm wrong, Mayor, for a quote, but they have failed to quote thus far. So we only have 2 quotes.
Just 2?
That's it. So, again, that being said, I would make a motion to approve the conditional renewal of this contract.
Are you a second?
I second it.
Call roll call, Sharon.
Alderwoman Key.
Yes.
Alderwoman Madison.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Wolf.
Yes.
Alderman Ward.
Yes.
Alderman Adams.
Yes.
Okay, I'll call in first thing in the morning then. Take care of that. Next on our discussion action on the Bluff City Police Department. The e-ticket quotes from Watson and from Justice One Tickets. Greg?
Good evening, Board, Mayor, citizens. As you see, we've been going through this for some time now, trying to look at different options, and we have looked at 2 different companies. And Justice One came here and put on a small on the Zoom thing, did a small presentation. After that, we reached out to a couple other departments looking at different options. And what Sullivan County operates with in Kingsport and Bristol is a system called Watson, which is basically the same thing. But after our review of it, and after meeting and speaking and long thinking about it, that is not only the option that I would like to go with, but it's the cheaper option. It offers more service to us, and it's at a better price, but it's the same, like the e-ticket stuff will all be the same. It's just I feel like it works us better. They're already on NCIC. We had looked at some issues and some problems, but Justice One at this point is not on NCIC at this time. When they do, who knows? I don't know. They're saying hopefully soon, but we know how that goes. And on Watson, the court stuff will sync right with what we're using now. So But if you'll look at your prices, it's considerably a lot cheaper with the yearly fee. Your starting fee is like the $18,000 something, and then it goes down to right around $4,000 every year, $4,500. But for the service they offer and the departments we spoke with, and what we have seen, looking very close to both of them in depth with it, I would recommend that we go with the Watson system.
Okay. You want to speak about your other one, Greg, while you're up there?
Yes, I would. Let me go back some 9 years ago. We got an opportunity. I was approached by the DTF, which is a drug agency. It's makeup of Sullivan County, Kingsport, and Bristol. And what they do, they focus solely on the drug problem we have, which is a major, major issue. And if you see in some of your packets and you look into your letters, it goes through some of the issues and problems that we're having. We have a greater drug problem around here than most people would probably know or think. It's out there, it's growing, it isn't going to go away. It's a war. There's battles, but it's always going to be a war. I just never see it going away. What we do is try to do the very best we can to combat it and try to stop it. We will always do that. I was approached again recently by 2 agents of the DTF, the director and an assistant, come over to my office and met with me. And they like what we're doing. They think, as far as the sheriff spoke with him and the other chiefs, they're excited about offering us the opportunity to come on board and be a part of this. And we're capable of doing it. We have men very well qualified to do it. But what I would have to ask the board, and like I told them, so I don't slack off on what we're doing in our patrols and routines and keep us headed in the direction we're headed, which is in a very positive direction, we would have to hire an officer to fill the void of the one that we will be losing to go to the DTF position. I've got one in mind. He is a reserve here now. He's proven to be a good guy, a good worker, and I think it could give him a good opportunity too, and I'm excited about him and what he could bring to the department also. But what this really would mean for this town is last year, all those agencies, and it wasn't their best year, they walked away with $40,000 each department based off of the drug stuff here that they seized and seizures. There's some years they might see $100 and some thousand. There's some years it may be lower. But at the end of the day, it's not like just like a speeding ticket. It ain't necessarily about the money or the ticket. It's about maybe you save a life. And if you read your paperwork, the overdoses and the things we're all dealing with and the things that we're going to deal with and our kids in our community and the people in our community are going to be faced with, I have to come to you and tell you as a police chief here, I think this is an amazing opportunity for this town. I think it's well needed, and I hope that you definitely look at this and take it into consideration. It's a $9,800 annual fee. I'm very, very confident pays for itself once you get started. I have over $5,000, almost $5,500 in drug fund. I could use as much of that as possible to help get us started. I have the Gray Explorer out here that I will put on to govdeals.com. I think I can get probably $3,500, possibly more out of it. I think we could set ourselves up really good for the first year. From being here, I've been here quite a while, and I see a lot of issues we have, a lot of problems we have, and I see things that we could do to make it much better. And what you're doing is you're getting all their resources, all their equipment, all their agents, all his training we paid for. They give him a car, they pay for his gas, they pay for the insurance. I know it's a yearly fee, but like I said, I'm very confident that'll pay for itself. And when you've got a proactive officer out here working, and it's not about money, we're in the business to keep people safe, save lives, and protect property. But at the end, that productive officer usually takes care of himself. And so I think it's just an amazing opportunity. This is the second time this has come to me. The first time I never got the opportunity to stand before you. We had met, one of the agents, I won't mention his name, but had met with Miss Wells and myself. I don't know if you remember or not, but in my office. And we had kind of briefed her on it, and I'd showed her a letter in the past that was given to us. And Mayor, you remember the letters about the board members. It never made it to the floor here. I don't know why, but it did. But I want the board to consider it. I want, yes or no, whatever you guys think. We'll keep doing our very best. But as my experience here and the police chief here, I think it would just be an amazing opportunity. And it would just do a lot of things that we need to do here, and it would allow a lot more agents than what we have, with a lot more technology, a lot more equipment, a lot more resources to get here on these streets and get here in this community and fight drugs with everything we have.
One thing I'd like to add, Greg, is that the officers you send over there will still be paying his salary.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
Yes, we will.
We'll still be paying
right.
it. Plus, we'll have to hire one.
Yes.
And every time that they go on a drug raid, if our officer don't make it and the other three does, we'll still get part of that money. We'll still get a share of that money. Right?
We need to be involved in it. That's why he'll
That's
be
what I'm
there.
saying, yeah.
Yeah. He'll be an agent. He will still be a Bluff City under us in our pay, but he will work under, actually, Barry Staubus's office is the one who's over it. He is the overseer of it. He's like the guy that, they work directly with the DA's office. And so he'll be coordinated by a director that's under Barry, that's setting up things and doing the secret things in the dark and things that nobody sees that's going on. But yes, we will get... Here's what I think is pretty crazy about it, and it's good for this city. We are a small town. We're a lot smaller than Kingsport, but when it comes to dividing your seizures and your all that good stuff that come involved with taking it away from drug dealers, we get the same amount they get. They don't say, well, Bluff City, you've got one agent, you've only got so many citizens, so you get this little amount. We get the same amount of it they get. We get the same amount of help, we get the same amount of resources, and we get the same amount of money. But like I said, it's the second opportunity. I don't know there'll be another one. But I definitely, it's just I can't stress enough about what I know it could do here and what it could mean to the town. And as far as the funding of it, it would bring in a lot of resources on that end of it, too, to help us fight drugs.
Plus saving lives. And
Absolutely.
And really, it pays for itself.
Absolutely.
Mayor Quispe, Rick.
Go ahead.
So, thank you, Greg.
Yes.
I wrote down some notes today when I was looking over this, just so I'm clear. So, basically, would you be appointed to the board?
Yes, sir. And
I
should have brought that up. Thank you for...
Do we have a seat at the table?
Yes, we do. What would happen, and thank you, I will go to monthly meetings with the chief and the chiefs of the county, the sheriff of the county, and I will be on that board. All information will be shared of everything that's going on. I will be at that table every month.
And you can share it with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Next question. So basically then, we're incurring another $50,000 in expense.
Yes.
For the year.
Yes.
And is that economically feasible for us, Madam Recorder?
Until we get in all the way to the budget.
If we get nothing back from it, can we sustain another $50,000?
If we got nothing from it back.
We ain't got that far in the budget yet.
That's what I'm saying. I'm blue skying right now,
Yeah.
because we do not have an approved budget next year.
No, not yet.
So really, we really don't exactly know where we're at, but we do know that our department over here, they're doing good, right?
Doing very well.
Okay.
Yeah, doing very well.
So it pays for itself.
Yeah,
So-
the increase in income. So once we get all that in there, then we can look. We'll put it all in the budget. Yeah. And what's the total annually?
$9,800.
$9,800.
And we could, like I said, we could use drug seizure money to pay for that. And starting out with it, we could almost come up with enough with the sale of the vehicle to almost fund the first year of it.
That's our annual fee
Mm-hmm.
to it, right? The total amount.
And also, if I could ask you this, if we did do this, per se you did it this year, and per se next year you didn't, you can come out of it anytime you want to.
There's
Is that
no
correct?
contract binding you to it.
No contract.
Right.
So the first year
If
is going to pay for
somehow
itself.
the city says, Chief, this is just not, if I can't produce to you results, I never have a problem you telling me that, and let's fix it. because I feel good about telling you I think I know what it can do, and I think it would be very productive. I think it would be really an amazing opportunity and to solve a lot of issues we have. For some reason it didn't, and this board wasn't satisfied, and I wasn't satisfied. I might say, hey, it ain't what I thought it would be. Who knows? I mean, but I feel good about it. Then we can reevaluate it next year. It's not a problem.
Okay. Well, I think we all agree that the war on drugs is real. And we obviously, if we have an opportunity to step up to the table regionally and be able to do things. I had a conversation over the weekend with my good buddy Mayor Pat Shull, and he was talking about a drug bust that his department had made. I think it's Saturday, and he said, well, y'all don't ever see much of that, do you? And I said, you don't know what you're talking about, Pat. I said, our officers are very active, especially on the 19 and 11E quarters. And I said, we often see drug arrests and seizures monthly. And he said, I wouldn't realize that. I said, well, you just don't know. You don't know. I mean, we don't have a Lynn Garden, per se, and I don't mean that disrespectfully.
Right.
But there's a lot goes on here.
Yeah.
You know.
Methamphetamine is everywhere.
Yeah, and it's and that's like I tell people, I don't care if you're a chief of a city that's got 50,000 people. My people's as important to me as his are to him.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I care about everybody here, and I know you all do too, and that's why we all do this. But to get the resources we have, and I know, like I said, a lot of times I'm thankful for being able to start out where I did here, because I've been in the seat of a cruiser. I've been out there on the road. I started and I come up and I see problems, and I know kind of projected, look ahead, I think what we can do from having the opportunity to do that. And we go out here, we stop a car, we work traffic, we look further than a traffic stop. We're trying to see what's in the car, what we can do, try to do things to make, a good stop if we get drugs or something. But to work drugs, you have to work drugs. That's a little person who left a distributor. We want a distributor. We want the person who's bringing it in here to hurt our people. We want those people. And to get those people, we have to do things like this with bigger resources.
We have to cast a broader net.
We have to.
Right.
It's just the bottom line. We can stop cars. We can get a little drugs. We can do our best, and I'm so proud of these guys. So very proud of the department we have. Proud of the board that's helped do things here. But to do the things we need to do, to go out here and make things bigger, and it's an opportunity, I think, if there's any way possible. I think we just need to do it.
If I may ask a question. As far as seizures, you wouldn't have to share the money with the district or anything like that. It was like what we would get would stay with us.
Okay, good question. And I'm so sorry, guys. I'm skipping around that. So thanks people who are asking things. What happens is, say we go to our agent would be going to Kingsport. Say they're working something down there. They may bust something down there, say $50,000. Then we get part of that money. If they come here, then they get part of that money. All the money's equally divided within the agencies and the departments.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot safer. It'd be a lot safer on the officers too when they go one at a time. We going forward. It'd be a lot safer for them.
Yeah, we'll have all those resources. We have something here. They all come here. I get complaints daily. He knows that. You all know that. You've had to hear some citizens say there's drugs up here. And we can work things. I mean, we stop cars. We try to use people and informants and those things, but you're very limited. The resources we have to keep up with everything we're doing now, you have to at some point step out and make it bigger to keep growing and doing the things you need to do.
I believe the citizens would be for it, because we had one call today, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
You
walked in my office.
He called and had a citizen said they were all for it.
Yeah, and he's seen a lot of issues and had a lot of problems, so he knows.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, may be forced. You might not see things, but there are areas around here where people say, "Hey, there's a problem here," and we try to do the very best we can. But there's a lot of people travel through here today. Mr. Fry can vouch for this. Court is getting extremely busy, and it is getting busier, and I'm assuming it'll even get busier. With the amount of traffic flow we have and the officers we have, they're very proactive. They're out here enforcing laws to keep people safe, save lives, doing the things they're doing. And it is going to be busy, and it's getting busier, and it's going to get busier.
And we've got a casino that's
It's,
having a
yes, sir.
And that's
Yes,
going to
sir.
bring a whole host of new problems.
Yeah.
What a lot of people don't understand is if they call the chief and they say there's people down here distributing drugs, you can't just walk in and bust them.
No.
You got to do some investigating first.
Yes.
It might take a week or two.
It may take a year.
Yeah.
I mean, it may take, you have to, like I said, these people riding around in their cars, they're the little people. They're not, the big people are places that you have to work to get. They send the little people out to sell their stuff for them. So they're taking, and we have to work them using the little people and go up the ladder to try to get the big people. And it's hours of work. Perfect stuff you have to do. Everything's got to be. I mean, it's just a lot of time and effort and resources go involved in making it work and getting it done and getting it through the courts.
Well, it sounds great, and as you said, we're not in a contract.
No.
We already got a good jump start. I mean, you said, 5,000 something? And
We've got $5,400 in a drug fund. I will use whatever I can, whatever it takes to make this happen. We will sell that car to make it happen.
Are you using some money already? When you bought tires for one of the lights?
Yeah.
Spent drug money on that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Didn't cost the city anything.
Yeah, and we've got some seizure money, too, that just hadn't got the paperwork done yet, but I feel good that we should get it, but I don't know when. Sometimes it may be drug out longer, so you can't count on it till it's there. But what we have in there right now is $5,400.
so we've got a good jump start on that where it's not going to really hurt us too much, right? Well, it's not going to hurt us, period. I mean, in my opinion. I mean, if it saves a life, it's worth it.
Well, if you look at that, you had, 505 overdoses?
Yeah.
I'd buy the computers anyway, the cars.
Yeah, I mean, it's a problem. And with, like you said, the casino coming, things going, people growing, things, it's just going to get... it's going to get worse. So we're going to do everything we can. I'm going to present this to you, and I'm going to ask that you would approve it. You look at it. I'll accept whatever you all tell me, and we'll keep working hard no matter what. But I certainly feel this is something this town could be very proud of and benefit from it. And it really means something in the future to be a part of getting it done, doing it, and making it work. And then we can reevaluate it any time you as a board feel like you want to look at it and see where we're at. I can give you monthly briefings on it, let you know where we're at, how we're doing. And if something ain't good, we always can say, hey, it just didn't work for us.
We're sure trying to put it in the budget then. If we do, we'll bring it up for a vote when we get to find out we got the money to do it with.
If I could, please, I'd just like to back up into Watson.
Yes.
And just to share, I've had a conversation with Sheriff Cassidy. I've had a conversation with my good friend, Chief Matt Austin, Bristol, Tennessee. They love the program. And this is them personally talking to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling them and I'm saying, hey, I'm looking for your unbiased recommendation. Will this work for us? Is it something you would do again? They're like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know you've been in touch with Andy Seabold,
yes.
and you've been in touch, same people I've been in touch with, unanimously.
That's what we...
They recommend that the Watson is the better program. So, but again, we're going to have to sharpen our pencils for 2023, because there will be a little bit up front here we weren't expecting.
Right. We're better shape this year. Certainly the police department is, as far as our equipment, as we was last year. There were some unexpected things happened. With cruisers, we got in a position that really got us kind of down. But we're setting a lot better this year, rolling into this year. So I see a lot, hopefully things there going good. And I see us really moving forward still in a very positive way and producing even better than we did this past year. And it was really good from my understanding.
If you do a job, you're going to have the equipment to do it with.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Thank you, Chief.
All right. Thank you all for your consideration.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
Next thing is comments from the mayor. The only thing I really have now, we're just going to talk about this, but I tried to call today about about her playground equipment again today, and I never did get an answer back. But the last, like I told you, the last heard from them was it wouldn't be shipped until August 25th. And it'll probably take a couple of days for it to get here, then we'll get started on it. But I may be going to try to call that lady again tomorrow. Her name is Beth Reimer, and Jess talked to her also.
Yeah.
And but she seemed pretty up about it, but then that setback got us. But so we'll just have to work that out. It was because of the change; they couldn't get the change to put the swings up with. It's a problem.
But Mayor, you do think that probably sometime in September we'll be able to do the dedication?
I hope so, yes.
Okay.
I do, I hope so.
Okay, because
I
people...
won't do it before it gets too cold, you know?
Okay.
Where people will be standing out there in the cold when we're doing it.
Okay. And since you're talking about that, I will say this. I want to make, because as you know, Mayor Wells started it, and we
Yes.
want to finish it.
Yes.
And I want to be very involved in trying to help bring this through because we were working together on it.
Yeah.
And I will be reaching out to people, too.
I think it would be a good idea, Mayor, to just go ahead and have Alderwoman Keith be the project leader.
Sure, yes.
If you would,
I don't
if
see any
you're
problem with
agreeable with that.
I'd be honored.
Yeah.
Miss Sharon, would you help work with me on that?
We will also, the whole board will, if
Will
you
you?
want us to.
I mean, it would be nice if Irene's board members would work, but hey, I'll do it. I'll be glad to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You can be the chairman of it. But
Would you
That-
work
you're
with
the
me, Sharon?
chairperson, yeah.
yeah.
But I'll
I'll
help
be talking to you about it.
you. Yeah, any way I can.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Judy?
I tell him he needs to get into it because he's
Uh-huh.
very good.
He's making a volunteer to be a chairman.
Oh, okay. Well, I really can't do too much until I know exactly when it's going to be. you
Right
know.
on, yeah.
But I will let people know, and I will be asking sometime in September
Okay.
to give people a heads up.
Okay, you got anything else you need to say?
Nope.
You want to?
Nope.
Alderwoman Santa Madison.
Mayor, we're not there yet.
We're not.
No, we
I know
haven't,
we're not.
we haven't got our financial.
I just jumped over that, didn't I? Because she was talking, I
Yeah,
jumped over it.
Our financial.
Okay, your
report,
financial report,
Thank you.
Sharon.
Fund balance is as of May 31st, 2022. General fund balance, $2,126,782. Sanitation fund, $25,563. Special police fund, $5,464. Debt service fund, $115,925. Sinking fund, $3,094. Water sewer plant, $876,601. Total fund balance, $3,153,429.
I hear a motion to accept.
Mayor, I make that motion.
Second.
I'm second it.
Roll call, Sharon.
Alderwoman Key,
Yes.
Alderwoman Madison.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bull.
Yes.
Alderman Ward.
Yes.
Alderman Bowles.
Yes.
Adams, what did I say?
Bowling.
Yeah.
Everybody's tired tonight.
Okay.
That's all
You
right.
have to watch.
Hey,
I'm not good
report
with...
from my city attorney, Paul Fry.
I don't have one tonight. I'm trying to outrun the rain.
Trying to outrun the rain. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, board members, Alderman Carol Keith, you have anything else you want to say?
Excuse me.
Yeah, do you have anything else?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go right
I want to thank everybody for coming, and you know where I'm at if you need me, and I want to thank you, Vice Mayor Bowles, for standing there with me to help with Irene's dedication.
Anything.
So I thank you for that.
Yes, ma'am. Anything I can do?
Thank you.
Senator Madison.
I want to thank everyone for coming. Have a good night.
Mayor, Vice Mayor Jeff Bull,
Just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and glad to hear of no significant incidents over the 4th of July weekend. I was very concerned. It was so hot, a lot of fireworks going on and different things. So we passed through safely, and again, as Carol and Sandy alluded to, I remain at your service. Thank you.
Thank you.
Eric Ward.
And thanks everybody for coming out and try to stay dry. Enjoy the rest of your summer. You don't understand, this is a great little town. And you don't realize what you've got here until you step out and see other places. It's nice.
Alderman Ben Adams.
I want to thank everybody for coming out and be safe getting home.
There's one other thing I want to say here just right quick is where it's been so hot. We went and bought 4 cases, it'd be 60 bottles of Gatorade for these guys to drink. Put it in the refrigerator up there to get it cold, and for them to drink while they was out working on the road.
Good. That's good.
Report from city officials, Greg Depew.
I don't know if I mentioned the DTF or not tonight yet, but no, I'm not going to put you through that. But just to clarify one thing up on that, because I threw out Kingsport quite a bit, and what I meant by that, 5 agents work everywhere. Our problem's here. They'd be up here as much as they would be other places. So we wouldn't be sending one down there. Our focus would be on our focus and our problems here and issues we're dealing with. So I just want to kind of clarify that. Had a busy month, 230 calls, 277 citations. Had 69 warnings, patrolled 6,964 miles, had 26 arrests, 29 offense reports, 12 accidents, just a couple animal calls, and 42 MSD calls, and we had 6 drug arrests. And we're still working on, cases and doing things and staying busy on the other end of it, keeping all of our in-service training and all that stuff going too. But everything's going well. Couldn't be more proud of the way they're working, and they're motivated, dedicated, and they're really doing good. I'm so proud of them. So that's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
And Alan's on vacation. He's not here tonight. And Terry is out working on the water plant. All the guys is out there right now trying to keep it going with all this rain and to watch for overflows. They're all out doing that right now, so they're all out in the rain. And I really appreciate the work that they're doing. In the water department, I got a report here from Terry Banner. It said in the month of June, the plant maintained an average water level of 45 to 50 feet. It ran normally overall. Had a backwash on June the 8th. And June the 14th, we had a electronics calibrate our machines out there, all the gauges and everything. They did that to make it run better. And June the 17th, the power went off about 3:34 p.m. and was restored on 6:47 p.m. So went down that long. And the 23rd, the Forest Service came around and said they was going to the water plant and said let us know they might cut some trees down out there around the road. So they'll be doing that. They will. We won't have to do that. And all the samples were completed and sent to the lab on time. And all were good.
Great.
Anybody got any questions?
No, Mayor, but if I may have the floor, I'd just like to add, our Public Works Department responded to 972 Dry Branch Road a few days ago, which just happens to be my mother's house. And there was a break on at the high-pressure line at the junction of the 6-inch and 4-inch main. They responded around 1800 that evening, and they rode the job through the night. And the citizens in that area, including my own mother, said that she could not believe the professionalism that she saw. She said that they hit the ground running. Alan was on site, identified the issue. Before long, the crew was there, the equipment was there. The state was there because that's a state road.
Right.
And we had to break the state road. And they worked wonderfully to repair that break because, that is the main feeding line from the water treatment plant into town. So no citizen went without water. The pressure was a little bit reduced because of the leak, but just an outstanding job by our Public Works Department.
Thank you, Alderman
Here's a report on the water plant right now.
Yes.
Hello? we'll see what's going on. Hello, Gary. I enjoyed coming.
Thank you for sharing that. It's always good to hear good things about our employees.
Yeah, it is.
Good thing.
And there's no Sullivan County commissioners here tonight, and Herschel Glover and Dwight King, but now we'll get into old business if you've got any. I think we've already talked about that. Yeah. And how about new business? We've talked about that also, so if anybody's got anything else.
Mayor requests to be recognized. I think all of us are kind of holding new business on pending this budget.
Yeah.
So I have nothing in new business for now.
Sure.
We need to, if possible, next Tuesday,
Yeah.
get all these figures in that I just received.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're ready.
Okay, maybe
Name the time.
maybe the mayor have a little bit more information about that.
Yeah,
later.
probably 6 o'clock, I guess, next Tuesday.
As you like, Mayor. I'm ready anytime.
Okay. Nobody has anything else? I hear most to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I second it.
Call roll, Sharon.
Alderwoman Key,
Yes.
Alderwoman Madison,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Bull,
Yes.
Alderman Ward,
Yes.
Alderman Ashe.
Yes.